Hey, what's going on, family? It is Thick Chick Vlogs. I wanted to come and share this story with you guys that I saw on my Facebook page, and I thought it was kind of, kind of out there and kind of bizarre. Well, it's not really bizarre, but I thought it was kind of off the wall. And I wanted to come and share it with you guys. Okay, so there's this story going around on Facebook that there's this beautician who is under wraps for cutting the braids out of this little girl's hair. And I'm going to explain to you the reason why she says that she did it, because she did release a statement, letting everybody know why she cut the braids out of the girl's hair. And I will tell you what I think about the story afterwards. Okay, so the story goes that this particular little girl's mom called this lady who is a beautician. I'm assuming that they probably knew each other previously, or maybe she did the little girl's hair before, or maybe it was just somebody that she looked in the phone book and saw that this person does hair, and she decided that she wanted to call this person and get them to do her baby's hair, whatever. So the mother calls her, and the lady tells her, okay, well, I'll meet you at the shop at, whatever time. So what happens is the mother takes the little girl to the shop. The mother doesn't even go inside the shop with the little girl. She sends the little girl in the shop by herself, and the lady does her hair. Now, the lady says she was actually there like an hour and a half waiting on them from the time she told her to be there. So that's red flag number one. You got me sitting here waiting on you an hour and a half before you even show up, when I could have been doing somebody else's hair. But I digress. So the little girl walks in there by herself, and the mother calls the lady on the phone and tells the lady, look, I'll come back. Just call me when you almost done, and I'll come pick her up or whatever. So the lady said it takes her like 9 hours to do the girl hair or something like that. It was like, I guess maybe 8 hours, because she was sitting there for like an hour and a half. But I will put the link in the description box so you can read it yourself. But is it a link? Because I actually read this on a blog. But anyway, I just want to ask you guys' opinion on this. So she's in there doing a little girl's hair. She says she's halfway done. So she says she has like an hour or so left before she's done. So she says she calls the mother and everything like that, and lets the mother know, that I'm almost done with this little girl hair. She said when she called her, the lady didn't even, answer the phone. So she said she texted her again. She said a lady texted back. She was like, okay, what time to come pick her up? She was like, okay, I'll be there. So she said she gets done with the little girl hair, and they sitting there waiting again for another hour on this woman to come pick up her daughter. So the lady eventually texts her back. She was like, well, I'm not going to be able to make it there on time, so I'm going to send her dad there to get her. So the dad comes, well, the dad is supposedly supposed to come and get the little girl. The dad doesn't show up. So eventually the lady tells her, well, can you bring her to my house? That's what's making me think that maybe this lady knew the beautician or something, because I don't really know too many beauticians that's, dropping clients off at the house or whatever. So she proceeds to take the little girl to her mom's house, but the mom wasn't even home. So the little girl told her, well, my grandmother lives right here, so I can go to my grandmother's house. So she drops the little girl off at her grandmom's house, and the little girl goes inside. So she's outside calling the mom like, okay, you finna bring me my money or what? The lady ain't answering the phone. The lady's not answering her phone calls or her texts. So she goes inside to get the little girl and like, where's your mom? She was like, well, nobody's here but us and, some more kids in the house. She said, so the only people that are here are you and the children. So what she proceeds to do, because she's steadily trying to call the mom, and the mom is ignoring her phone calls and all this stuff. So what she does, she goes in the house, she tells the little girl to come outside, and she proceeds to cut the braids out of the girl's hair. Now, she didn't cut the girl's real hair. I guess, from my understanding, she cut the braids, as you would cut them out of your hair when you're taking your hair out. Because the way that the braids were, they were plaited down to her hair, but they were, fake hair or whatever. They weren't like her real hair or anything. But they weren't the type of braids that take, the single braids. They were actually the little small braids that's braided down through your hair. But anyway, so the lady cuts the braids out of the little girl's hair. Now, my question to you guys is, and like I said, she's under wraps for this, for cutting the braids out of this girl's hair. So my question to you guys, do you think she was wrong for cutting the braids out of the girl's hair? Personally, I understand being a beautician, especially spending that much time on a person's hair, because like I said, she did release a statement. She said, I'm a beautician. I spent 9 hours doing this little girl's hair, only for her mom to basically try to play me and basically get a free hairdo. But me personally, I feel like, she could have handled things a little bit better. Granted, I understand that the mom was dead wrong for not paying you. Number one, she would have paid me one way or another. I would have either got it off her ass or she would have went to jail because I would have called the police. Okay? It would have been one or two things. But I wouldn't have just went and cut the braids out of the little girl's hair. That's just my personal opinion, being a professional. Because when you're in that type of profession, you have to maintain a certain type of professionalism. Now, the mom was dead wrong on all levels. I mean, from level 1 to level 10, that bitch was dead wrong, and I would have got my money off her ass or from her ass. So she would have gave me my money one way or another, okay? But I would have probably just called the cops and handled it that way. But she should have knew some shit was peculiar. Number one, okay, I know a lot of people drop their children off to get their hair done and they pay afterwards. But that's why a lot of beauticians don't allow people to just do that. Just drop their kids off and leave them like that. Because number one, not only did you drop the child off and leave her, you gonna tell me you can't come pick her up, so I gotta take her to your house, and when I get to the house, you ain't there, so I gotta drop the little girl off at her grandmom's house, and ain't nobody in the grandmom's house but these kids, and you not answering no phone calls, no texts, or nothing. So yeah, you would have carried your ass to jail on this day, because I would have told the police that you abandoned your damn baby in my shop. I damn sure would have. So you would have paid me. So I do think that she was wrong on that, particular part of the spectrum as far as going and cutting the braids out of the little girl's hair. I think she should have just called the cops or sued the mom or something like that. I understand that she probably wouldn't have wanted to go through those steps, but she said she literally spent 9 hours on this little girl's hair. So I want to know, what is your opinion? Do you think she was justified by cutting the braids out of the little girl's hair, or do you think that she should have, proceeded with a different form of, trying to get her money back, as far as calling the cops or suing the lady or something like that? Because number one, like I said, I would have just called the cops when the little girls were sitting in my shop when they didn't come and pick her up. That's it, and that's all. So make sure that you guys leave your comments on what you would do in the description box below, and let me know what you think about this. Do you think she was wrong? Do you think she was right? What would you have done? Let me know. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, because it is what? 100% free. And a minute, family. Bye.